Okay. All right. Hopefully this is working. Let's see if I can find my own stream chat. All right, we appear to be up. Oh my gosh, people are here already. All right, well, we got 7 minutes before the stream officially starts. I was gonna do like some warm-up stuff. I meant to have some on here already, but I don't. Let's see. Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Well, Costa Rica is pretty awesome. Thank you, Zach Strange. I'm really enjoying it. There's some vultures outside the window right now. I've got a whole bunch of tomatoes growing down in the garden, so I'm pleased. All right. Hey, does anybody hear the music, and is it at an acceptable level as opposed to my voice? Hey, Texas. I was born in Texas. I was born in the basement of the Alamo. I would love to do Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All, but the state of Cartoon Network, it seems unlikely. All right, music is good. You know, sometimes I'm a low talker, so let me know if it gets weird. So many questions already. I'll talk about the Naked Mole Rat movie if you remind me. Yeah, right now, well, today, I'll just say this up front. Today I'm doing commission drawings that were purchased through my web store. I've got 3 of them, and 2 of them are literally beasts in very different ways. I hope I can get these all done in 2 hours. Like, one of them is pretty big, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I may go into overtime. I may have to figure this out and do a second session, but we'll see. Um, hey, Venezuela. If we have, well, you know, we do have 5 minutes. I'll see if I can remember what Eris looks like. Eris had a couple different forms because she just went through a lot of changes. She's got the little nose, I remember. Big mouth, gap teeth. The version of Eris I'm doing now was designed by our art director, Mark Perry, but she's the most recent version I can remember. The hair is pretty crazy. It's gonna take me a minute to remember this. She's got the beehive thing, and then there's like this. It's been a while. So in order to get the music to play, I had to pump it through my headphones because of the way OBS works, I guess. But if you end up hearing like weird doubling, let me know. I can actually hear the headphones a little bit from clear across the room. I'm not sure this is 100% lower accurate Eris, but it's close, right? It's close. I remember she had the something like that. Gotta give her eyebrows. She looks a little off. I'm not going to lie. It has been a minute. All right, we're killing trees today, people. Sorry, nature. Sorry. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and counting. All right. Yeah, as I said before I started this, I'm a little scared of dead space, not the game, but just dead airwaves. Because normally, I got to say, when I draw, it's a very chill internal process, and I just sort of go silent. Especially if I'm writing a drawing, like if I'm writing, and you may have seen this on like the super old live streams. Like sometimes I just go like dead and stare into space for like 20 minutes because I'm thinking. So I've decided maybe like boarding and writing is not a great way to do a live stream, but I think today will be okay. That's what I want to say. I used to on Billy and Mandy actually talk and draw a lot at the same time. Like I would get into work at 7:30 in the morning and just do like all the stuff I absolutely had to do before 10:30 when everybody else would start rolling in. And then they would come into my office with their coffee and just chill on the couch, and we would talk, and I would like, you know, clean up stuff. And there was a time. There was a time. I'm not so used to it these days, though. So hopefully I will remember to, you know, look up from time to time. Stop and smell the roses, read the chat, and all that. Curlines forever. Curlines forever, Kelsey. I am excited. Yeah, I do, when I'm drawing Billy, I usually do draw his whites in. But then, yeah, if I was going to clean this up, they would go away. Look, I'm making a mess. All right, I should get started because it is the time. All right, we've got, let me make sure, because I'm anal retentive, that people are getting the size of drawing they bargained for. I don't love that this is not actually, I mean, it's 11 inches, but it's 11 inches with that margin, and I don't dig that. But we probably won't use this paper anyway. This is what paper cutters are for. Happy little trees. Screaming as I draw on them and throw them away. Okay, whoop. Well, that one's gone. I will use these for other things, don't worry. Don't worry, nature. Yeah, I was just talking to another board artist, Alex Almagar, for the next Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry. Well, it's not the next one, but it's like, you know, a few down the line. And we were talking about all of the terrible things we did to trees back in the day. Okay, this is acceptable. Yeah, I was just talking to another board artist, Alex. All right. Where to start? The tree reaper, yeah. Yeah, Kelsey. Let's get started with Kelsey Sanders' version of Mandy. She's a curline. It's her true form. Whoop! My little curline is knocking things over. Whoop! There somebody is. Oh, that's my wife. Actually, I thought it was a cat. Yeah, Kelsey has sort of redefined Mandy. She's a curline, which is I guess sort of a feline with or maybe a canine with a Mandy head. But they're a lot of fun. I got to decide what to do different because I did one of these for Kelsey back when I was doing a Streamily stream. And I do want it to be different. You can't always have the same drawing. Whenever I draw characters, I usually do kind of start with the head shape. If not a live action, but I usually throw that in second. Just because I guess I like to know I got the shape down. What are we doing with you? With most of these, there's probably going to be a couple of failed attempts, because that's how it usually goes. Yeah, this is already not going to be the final composition anyway. With most of these, there's probably going to be a couple of failed attempts, because that's how it usually goes. And one fun thing about Curlines is, as a Curline, Mandy does smile. So even though I did that on the first one, I feel like it's a defining characteristic, so I should probably do it again. You're getting a faint echo. Okay, nice to know, Pie Guy. And hello. I do need to write you back, but let me, as I was saying earlier, I had to plug my headphones in to get the music. And I bet you're hearing that coming back through the microphone. So I'm taking care of it now, the old-fashioned way, by smothering it with a pillow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there are wires and stuff all over this room. I got to figure out a better long-term solution, but yeah, this is my secondary webcam here. It's business. Why, thank you, Banana in Production. All right. Well, I said she was going to smile, but maybe she's got the brows. Maybe it's a mischievous smile. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Okay, maybe this is more of a what the eventual final composition is going to look like after all. Well, it's a hole. It's not a volcano. That's what we're doing. Digging a hole. This whole live stream business. Digging a hole. One of these days, I'm just going to have to do like a live stream question and answer thing, because I do feel like I miss so much. Well, if you want to know my stance on AI and animation, I think that's coming up. There's several people I've talked to for Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry, which is the other thing I've got going on this channel. They've got a lot to say about AI, but I feel like I've kind of touched on it here and there. But long story short, not really a fan, obviously. Like, if we were using AI and I still had a job, maybe I would have a different opinion. I don't know. But yeah, I've got a lot to say about it, so circle back around to that on Tuesday. I hate that I have to look through the bottom of my glasses because I'm like old man look. And I am an old man now, so get used to it. It's coming for you too. All right. Every now and then I gotta snap back to reality. And actually do what I'm supposed to be doing. It's a microgram. That's not going to work. But she's out here burying bones, like a curline is occasionally known to do. Every now and then I gotta snap back to reality. Actually do what I'm supposed to be doing. It's a microgram. That's not going to work. I mean, I don't feel like AI really belongs in art at all. Like, as far as like a super advanced search engine, it's all right for practical, technical solutions to things. You know, as an artist, it's not fun to see all your friends and yourself kind of lose your livelihoods. As far as like a super advanced search engine, I don't know how high functioning I am, but thank you. For practical, technical solutions to things, the music is actually linked in the description. Not fun to. I think it's White Bat Audio, dystopian synthwave playlist. I can't hear it right now because I have to have it piping through my wired in headphones. I gotta stay on top of this and actually get some stuff done here. But yeah, I meant to be listening to music on my phone while this is going on to help me draw. Let's do a little bit of that. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere with this. I don't know why Grimm's smiling too. I guess he's happy to be buried. All right. Let's get another piece of paper going here. Are we there? Probably not. Save that for a minute. And since this is not our final drawing, I'm just going to go ahead and do another layer, tighten things up a little bit. The original Mandy had a much more oval-shaped head, and as time went on, it just got more round. It's mostly to make room for her facial features, just because it was all so compressed and so tight. So now she's more of a circle. The original Mandy had a much more oval-shaped head, and as time went on, it just got more round. As I heard of the video game Dr. Muto. No, I have not. I haven't had a lot of time for games lately. I've been playing a bunch of Slay the Spire 2, which I'm really enjoying. But I tend to be playing a lot of games that take like A, not a lot of time, and B, that I can like just close at a moment's notice. Because there's been a lot going on this year. I've been playing a bunch of Slay the Spire 2. Don't want her to get too lanky. Let's see. Curlines have 3 toes. And she's got this boomerang kind of shaped tail. All right, give her a little shoulder. Put some shoulder into it. Are we still feeding back audio, by the way? Is everything okay with the music and the sound, more or less? Sound has been sort of a, as it is, I guess, just in general, nightmare for me. It's terrible. Yeah, Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry. I'll give myself a little bit of a pass because the first two episodes were recorded several years ago, but the last one only had audio coming out of the left side, which I should have realized. I did go and buy myself a pair of headphones so I can tell easier what's going on. The sound sounds fine to me. Nice. Ah, there's still echo. One moment. One moment. All right. And I'll throw one more blanket or something on top of it. Hope that helps. Someday I'm going to get this set up in a sensible and more permanent way, but it's day one. All right. I also think I'm going to do these kind of in stages where, since there are 3 commissions, I think I'm going to do kind of, I'll get through the cleanup probably, pencil cleanup on each one and then go back and do the color. That way if, it's a different process, you know? I also think I'm going to do these kind of in it's a little crammed in here, but we'll fix that. That's like I got a new tablet this year. I don't remember the brand name off the top of my head, but it's not a Cintiq. It's my first time not having a Cintiq. Where with the Cintiq you can flip over the stylus and erase, as you can usually with a pencil. But this new one you can't do that, so I feel like I'm drawing on the tablet right now. Just what? I got a new tablet this year. I don't remember the brand name off the top of my head. As far as indie animation goes, like I need to catch up now. There's so much going on, but that is super cool because without indie animation, there really just wouldn't be anything right now. Like the dumbest thing, and we do talk about this occasionally on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry, is it's like the studios just shot themselves in the foot so bad. They just made it, nobody's really making kids TV animation, or in a lot of cases just animation in general. So it's of course become much more of an indie scene. And with the internet, it's like as long as places like YouTube exist or there's somewhere to put this stuff, why do you need the studios? You don't really need them anymore. Like if Nickelodeon's going around looking for new shows and they're getting them from people who have created indie shows on the internet, like, yeah, Nickelodeon has distribution, Paramount now, I guess, but at the end of the day, if you can make it work and distribute it yourself anyway, why do you need these people? Like, they might throw money at you, sure, but I think they've made a mistake. I feel like a lot of times I go through a whole bunch of different drawings, tweaking things as I go. Sometimes I just do it in one take, but if only I were more consistent. I feel like a lot of times I go through a whole bunch of different drawings, tweaking things as I go. Sometimes I just do it in. I have not heard of the Matt Braley thing, but I'll check it out. If only I were more consistent. I have not heard of the Matt Braley thing. I'll check it out. We need more bones sticking out of here. And insult to injury, we should probably add a little pile of dirt on top of Grimm's head. Because that's just the way things go for him. We need more bones sticking out of here. A little too high, gotta leave some room for the teeth. Insult to injury, we should probably add a little pile of dirt on top of Grimm's head. That's just the way things go for him. Yeah, that's a more grim mouth. Stick with something like that. All right, let's see if we can remember where we measured this paper so we don't go beyond the line. All right, this one is supposed to be in color, so how do we want to do this? Let me reconfirm this paper's contact with markers. Don't want anything too bleedy. Sharpie's not the best in the world. Okay, Prismacolor better. That's what we will do. All right, how do I feel about this? Am I ready to move on? Part of the Billy and Mandy style was that I would often sort of do these rounded corners on things. See a lot of those. Part of the Billy and Mandy style was that I would often sort of do these rounded corners. Too much? Poor Grimm. Are you good with this so far, Kelsey? Yeah, Prismacolors are probably my favorite marker. I am not in El Salvador. I live in Costa Rica now. My wife is from El Salvador, though. She's going to visit in a couple of days. Is dead meat ever coming back? Probably not. It sort of broke my brain, and I actually don't really want to go back there. But I think it's worth revisit. There's so much stuff that was made for that by myself and by other people, just art of various types, and I would like to share some of that. So I don't know. I'll find a way. All right. Cool, Kelsey. I'm going to put this one aside for the moment and move on to the next one. Here we go. Oh, wait, there's a better way to measure this. Cool, Kelsey. I'm going to put this one aside for the moment. It's Timu Eris. Okay. No, I'm not in Los Angeles anymore. I've been here for 7, 8 months. Y aprendiendo español, pero necesito practicar mucho, mucho más. I haven't really been to other places in the Caribbean, no. And I guess now that I'm closer, maybe I'll get there. Okay. All right, the next one we have is from Charles, who has an animated film called Disabled World that I have also linked below. This one, doing Lavender, one of his characters, Lavender, hanging out with Mandy. And this one I'm going to have to bring up some reference, which unfortunately you can't see because this whole cord situation I have is such a mess that if I try to show you what's on my screen, something will come unplugged for sure. Where are you, Lavender? Oh, there you are. But you guys can check out Lavender by following the link below. Let's see if I can get this where I can see the chat and Lavender. Yeah. Pros and cons of Costa Rica I saw go by, and really for me it's mostly been pros. Like I've been very happy here. Like obviously, while I'm not fluent in Spanish, my wife is, so she handles a lot of that stuff, which I feel bad about. I hope to catch up real soon. But yeah, you know, I don't go out that much anyway, so I'm sort of a homebody. I like to draw, I like to garden, so that's both of those are, you know, drawing you can draw anywhere. The gardening here is wicked sick compared to Los Angeles anyway. So I am growing like all sorts of stuff. It's a beautiful country. No complaints. All right, Lavender. Let's figure out what you look like in the language of Billy and Mandy. I know Lavender's got jeans. All right, Lavender, let's figure out what you look like. That's what you're doing. Lavender's got jeans. All right, she's got kind of billy eyes, so let's see how I'm going to handle these. I don't remember how I drew Billy's female doppelganger in that one episode, but she had very similar eyes. She's got kind of billy eyes. I don't remember how. She doesn't really have eyebrows, so I'm tempted just not to give her eyebrows. But let's see what this looks like. Oh, you're meeting Tara Strong in October. How so? Are you going to a convention? And I do know about Psychonauts. I know that Richard Horvitz was he voiced that game. So my nephews were playing that once. It was oh no, that was Skylanders, but same idea. I was staying over at their house, and I woke up to Richard Horvitz, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I do know about Psychonauts. I know that Richard Horvitz was he voiced that game. So my nephews were playing that once. It was oh no, that was Skylanders, but same idea. I was staying over at their house, and I woke up to Richard Horvitz, and I was like, "What is happening?" I'm missing Big Boogie Adventure. Is it on right now? Am I friends with Alex Hirsch? I can't say we're friends, but we definitely work together, and he's a very cool guy. I love Gravity Falls, and you know he made the pilot for Fishhooks, which is the show I produced for Disney. So yeah, we got to work together. Sleeveless. All right, this is getting to be something of a lavender. Fishhooks, yes. What a wild time that was. I have not watched Michael movie. What is Michael movie? What a wild time that was. You can commission art. There should be a link actually in at least on my YouTube page for my web store, and you just kind of do it from there. It has sort of a menu that you can order from. I don't believe that and I would be absolutely shocked if the Billy and Mandy movies were unreleased for public domain. Uh, Cartoon Network still owns the rights to everything, and they don't give those up easily. So, all right, let's not noodle this too much because it's not even the final drawing. Get your basic Mandy. Not even the final drawing. Gotta get another piece of paper. It's being stubborn. I mean, yeah, I can talk about the pitch I made for more Billy and Mandy. There was, of course, Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All, which was, I called it a cosmic horror musical. It was a musical that I wrote that was sort of a reintroduction, but also kind of just a wrap up for Billy and Mandy that I feel like it never got. I pitched that to Cartoon Network a few years ago with no real reaction. And when I talked to them, they were like, well, if we do more Billy and Mandy, it's going to just be more Billy and Mandy. And I was like, okay. And I don't think I can really just do, like, it's not going to be the same show because, it was a mirror held up to the times, and the times have changed. So I think the show naturally is going to be a little different. Definitely, if it's a satire, which it is, we'll be satirizing different things. And then after that, in the vein of more Billy and Mandy, I pitched a show called it was Billy and Mandy in Starship Dracula. And basically, it's a continuation of Billy and Mandy, but it takes place aboard Starship Dracula, which is sort of a it's a spaceship, but it's sort of like a half Federation, half alien starship that have just sort of been welded together, and basically Billy and Mandy are on this ship that was supposed to go from Earth to this new paradise planet, and most of the remaining human race is on board, including Grimm. But everybody's sort of just waiting to be 3D printed back to life. So Billy and Mandy get 3D printed back to life early because there's a problem with the ship, which is basically that Dracula has taken it over. It's like if it was Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's like if Dracula turned Captain Picard into a Renfield and then just went ham taking over the ship. And it was, Billy, Mandy, Dracula, of course, Grimm, and a whole bunch of new characters who are sort of inspired by classic, horror movie monsters, but are more sci-fi in nature. But that would have been a lot of fun, I think. Alas. I last spoke to Warner Brothers about that 2019. What timing? So the pandemic hit, everything sort of stopped dead, and since then Warner Brothers has been trapped in A hell of many mergers, shall we say. I whacked my own microphone. Yeah, people want to thumbs up this thing. I'm not against it. All right, let's get Lavender leaning in here. I can barely see you, Lavender. How are we going to do this? Yeah, people want to thumbs up this thing. I'm not against it. All right, let's get Lavender leaning in here. Barely see you. Should we squish Mandy's hair? Let's figure this out. How are we doing on time? So far, okay. Yeah, definitely not going to finish all these in the next hour and 20 minutes, but we're going to do all right. We'll get there. Okay, okay. Much like Mandy, Lavender doesn't seem to do a lot of smiling. So. All right. This one is black and white only, so. Hey, Charles, are you there? I sort of want to do marker final line on this one. So even though we talked about pencil, are you cool with that? This one is black and white only. So. Hey, Charles, are you there? Oh, hey, there you are, Charles. All right, cool. Can I do Jeff the Spider's voice? Why would I be able to do that? That's bizarre. Why won't you love me? Hey, Dad. I made you some banana bread. I'm rusty. Can I do Jeff the Spider's voice? Why would I be able to do that? That's bizarre. Why won't you love me? Hey, Dad. I made you some banana bread. I'm rusty. I do miss Jeff the Spider. I guess the last voice I did was Xandar Herculoid for Jellystone, which was really just me screaming. Let's face it. Not going to do that one right now. I don't know why I do end up doing so many screaming voices. There was like a time there where it was just people would hire me to scream. And I don't think that's my strong suit. I did that cannibal guy for Hell of a Boss, the Cannibal Dad, one of the early episodes. He screamed. At this point, I'm just kind of going over everything so I know where the lines are, but I'm going to throw another piece of paper over this and then do the marker line. Cover up all this ugliness. At this point, I'm just kind of going over everything so I know where the lines are, but I'm going to throw another piece of paper over this and then do the marker line. Cover up all this ugliness. Lately, I've kind of been missing my animation desk, which I sold probably 15 years ago. But I kind of wish I'd kept it. Everything had gone digital, and I was like, I'm fine with this. It's easier, but there was something so nice about drawing on paper from time to time. Lately, I've kind of been missing my animation desk, which I sold probably 15 years ago. But I kind of wish I'd kept it. Everything had gone digital, and I was like, I'm fine with this. It's easier, but there was something so nice about drawing on paper from time to time. A little bit of ground shadow just for funsies. All right. That's a good place to stop on this one for the moment. We'll get back and do the line on that. But for now, I do want to move on to the third and final commission of the evening. And this one's a doozy. I think I hear cat shenanigans. Actually, let me, I gotta go check on this. What are you doing? All right. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but oh, there he goes. That's Loki. He lives up to his name. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's as it gets closer to their dinner time, which is in an hour and 20 minutes, they're going to get more and more ornery. All right. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but oh, there he goes. That's Loki. He lives up to his name. Get out of here. Get out of here. Curlines don't like cats. That's very sad. Sad but true. All right, this one I'm going to need a reference for, and again, sadly, I can't share it with you, but some of these drawings are pretty amazing. These are 3 original characters from Tristanine, who are Bassbane or maybe Basebane, Distrasse, maybe I'm Italianizing that too much, and Adricael. Adricael? I'm going to say Adricael. Correct me if I'm wrong, and please, if you want, link your drawings. Anyway, it's these 3 characters hanging out in a fancy garden full of alien plants. So this is going to be fun, but it's also full color with a background. So I got a lot to figure out. Pencil shavings. So this is going to be fun, but it's also full color with a background. So I got a lot to figure out. Frosted golden apple scraps. All right, I got to look at these screenshots I took. Okay. These are muscular, anatomically correct characters. And you know, I know I'm doing them kind of in my own style. You gotta think about it. You gotta figure it out. All right, before we get too deep into this, well, let me look at each one. Okay, they've all kind of got similar builds, so let's figure out the big picture first. It's a fancy garden, fancy alien garden, but maybe there is like a pillar of some kind. If you're hanging out, you're sitting down. Probably somebody's sitting down. Not everybody. Somebody is. One of these guys is a fancy guy, and this feels like the fancy guy already. Yes. Bassbane. Basebane? Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you already did. One of these guys is a fancy guy. This feels like a fancy guy. All right. They're feeling a little too proportional. Shorten up these legs. And just kind of push them a little bit. What's he sitting on? I don't know. Figure that out in a minute. Okay, yeah, I did. Shorten the legs. Shorten the legs. Right, got a cross leg situation. I did it again. Did it again. All right. All right, these other two. I did it again. All right, we've got Distrace, who she's a hothead, jokey, a little brutish, and then Andrikale, that's what I'm calling him. I keep missing it if you're correcting me, so sorry. But yeah, they're both a couple of meanies, kind of, or not necessarily both meanies, but maybe they're having their own thing going on over here. Everybody's getting too tall. This guy's sitting down is a foot taller than the other two. So maybe that's all right. This guy's sitting down is a foot taller than the other two. This guy's too busy being a snob to notice. That's a start. Whoops. Killed another tree. Oof, that's rough. So 2 pieces of paper here? Alright, well. All for the best, we'll use the same piece, just fixing things up here. I'm drawing men. It's raining men, and I'm drawing them. I've seen The Amazing Digital Circus. I don't know anything about the Gnome Show. Yeah, this music is some free-to-use music I found here on YouTube by, well, it's linked down below. I think it's White Fat Audio, but it's fun. Yeah, I was originally going to do Laserhawk because I heard Laserhawk had some free stuff on here, but I was too scared, and I'm still a little scared, to be frank. All right. It's fun, yeah. I was originally going to do Laserhawk. Get a little more specific with these. This one's got a hat. I do like the hat quite a bit. Hat or no hat. It does make it hard to lean in. And it's big. And there's these horns. I think I gotta scale this whole tamale down, actually. getting awful tight in here. All right. This whole tamale down. Getting awful tight in here. Right. If we do give her the hat, maybe more of a tilt. Yeah, this is the one I believe who pretends to be a witch even though she doesn't actually know any magic. It's awesome. I love, when people come up with the lore for their own characters. Like, it's all so helpful when it comes to drawing them. I know what I'm doing, putting an ear on her because she doesn't have traditional ears. We better factor these suckers in. I still hear the echo of my headphones a million miles away. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, it's sad that Ted Turner's gone. I never met him or talked to him or anything, and I don't think he really had anything to do with approving what Cartoon Network made, but just the fact that he made it possible is pretty cool. Yeah, it's sad that Ted Turner's gone. All right. I don't think he really had anything to do with approving what Cartoon Network made, but just the fact that he made it possible is pretty cool. I'm making a mess over here. Making a mess over here. All right. Where's the other guy? There's parts of these designs that are pretty wild. And right now I'm just still blocking stuff out. I guess it's kind of like caricaturing in some ways. You just got to pick the features that stick out and parts of these designs are pretty wild. Right now I'm just It's got the bird feet. It's weird. Sometimes when I feel like characters are big, I draw big, which is not necessarily necessary. It's weird. Sometimes when I feel like characters are big, I draw big, which is not necessarily necessary. All right, we're an hour in. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. It's all going to be okay. Did you see me try to push the paper with my finger? Puddin is not okay. Yes, Carl Greenblatt did create Fred Fredberger and is the voice of Fred Fredberger. I dare say that helped get him chowder. And I know a lot of people have been asking for Carl for Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry, and I've asked him twice, just kind of in passing, and he's been like, let's just go to lunch. So you know, he's camera shy, as am I. I would honestly, if I didn't have to show my face ever, I probably wouldn't. So I get it, but you know, I'll keep bugging him until he does it. I'm persistent. Oh, this is the end of dystopian synthwave already. My goodness, that's fast. Start it over. So I get it, but you know, I'll keep bugging him until he does it. I'm persistent. Puddin is a U.S. senator now. All right, this guy's got some real interesting stuff going on. He has wings for ears, but also ears. Get his hair shape in there. These guys are ripped. How did I do this before? All right, we're getting closer. Oh yeah, Carol. I can't believe you acknowledged Carol. She almost became a slightly bigger character, but she does show up in like 8 episodes. Oh yeah, Carol. I can't believe you acknowledged Carol. She almost became a slightly bigger character, but she does show up in like 8 episodes. Still feels cramped to me. I do want to have him drinking tea or something. And there has to be room for the background. What is wrong with me? I gotta shrink these guys again. They're too big for the page. They're just too big for the page. All right. Time to stop being dumb. Or as dumb. I'm gonna limit myself. This is the area of the drawing. I always kind of prefer drawing bigger, but you know, they only make paper so big. And you'd think as a storyboard artist who draws tiny, tiny panels all day, I'd be used to it. Too big. I'm probably also overthinking this because I do have an ingrained fear of human anatomy. It's like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm obligated to kind of get it right, even though these aren't really humans and their anatomy is not human in a lot of ways. But it's the same thing with cars. Like, I kind of hate drawing cars. Like I'll do it because it's a challenge and I want to see if I can get better. But I'm always like, oh god, it's a car. Oh, he's got like double wings. Ay, ay, ay. See if we can give this guy some of his leg day back. I did it again. I can't believe it. I can believe it, but good grief. Yeah, maybe it's okay. I think we're close. Did you guys see that? That bug? Get out of here. Eat it. Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to slightly chibi these guys on the next round. Why is this paper so thick? Time-wise, I am not doing great. If we were going to go till 7 my time. Clearly, there's going to be a little bit of overtime. I don't even know if it's possible for me to finish all 3 of these today, but I at least hope to get started on color here. Okay. Why did I not? I didn't even listen to myself. Look, I was like, this is the size of the drawing, and I just immediately blew it. We used to use blue pencil in animation all the time. It was non-photo blue, and you would do it so you could sort of rough things out, go over it with pen or pencil, and then when you took a photocopy of it, the blue wouldn't show up. So that was the advantage. But there's always, in my opinion, something nice about the blue pencil. It's somehow soothing, and right now I think I'm switching to it because I need a little soothing. I need to know this is going to be okay. All right. He's sitting down. He is very tall. He's still sitting down. Sitting down. Very sitting, very down. So even if I put these guys' heads here, you got to remember they got a bunch of stuff going on top. Hey, please don't do that. Athena, Athena, Athena. Don't. She's trying to scratch the chair. Hey, please don't do that. Athena, Athena, Athena. All right, proportions first, then we'll worry about the rest. Okay, this is better. Can work with this size-wise. Ah, stuff. Okay. Yeah, there wasn't very much Billy and Mandy merchandise, for sure. Right, I like this guy's nice big mouth, so let's definitely use that. He's got a mask. That's what this shape is. He does have a nose. Man, I might have to do a separate stream just to color these. Don't answer yet, but I'm going to eventually ask if that's cool. I said don't answer yet. Man, I might have to do a separate stream just to color these. Don't answer yet, but I'm going to eventually ask if that's cool. I said don't answer yet. When I'm drawing, I'm always looking to avoid tangents, and the more shapes there are, the tougher it gets. When I'm drawing, I'm always looking to avoid tangents, and the more shapes there are, the tougher it gets. Oh yeah, I forgot this guy is fully clothed, so let's give him his sleeves. Yeah, I forgot this guy fully clothed, so sleeves. Ants, get out of here. One thing about Costa Rica, the ants are the bane of my existence. There are ants everywhere. This leg is a short little leg the way I've got it right now. They're getting big again. One thing about Costa Rica, if this were the 90s or 2000s, I would just go to the copy machine and shrink it. These are modern times where we don't do that. We don't use those technologies anymore. Getting big again. Oh, we've got hooves is what we've got. It's a whole different ballgame. Different ballgame. I feel like it takes me a long time to get used to new characters and new styles. But maybe that's normal. I feel like it takes me a long time to get used to new characters and new styles. Now these other guys seem way too short. I think I've done it again. All right. Not even going to put that piece of paper under there. We're getting close. I can feel it. Getting real stylized. Real stylized. He's kind of got the Jeff cowl, which is really just the Mickey Mouse cowl. Like, you know, every cartoon character, I feel like Felix the Cat used to have, you know, this thing going on. I love that. He's kind of got the Jeff cowl, which is really just the Mickey Mouse cowl. Like, you know, every cartoon character, I feel like Felix the Cat used to have, you know, this thing going on. I love that. Nope, nope, nope. It's like an 11 by 17 piece of paper isn't big enough for this. Told you I'd be killing trees. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. Like an 11 by 17 piece of paper isn't big enough. Told you I'd be killing trees. I don't know what you thought was going to happen. You may have noticed that I get to the conclusion much quicker when it's like the bog standard stuff that I'm used to dealing with. Like if I know kind of proportions of the character I want to draw, and if it's something I'm used to, I can tear through it. But yeah, sometimes I get thrown for a loop. Yeah, we are definitely not finishing all this in the next 20 minutes. I will go over time, but I do think I'm going to have to color these on another session. What do you guys think in general, but especially Kelsey and Charles and Tristanine? Yeah, we're definitely not finishing all this in the next 20 Curious as to what you think. I will go over time, but I do think I'm going to have to color these on another session. What do you guys think in general, but especially Kelsey and Charles and Tristanine? Curious. All right, I think we actually finally have the characters sort of set up. Oh, SBF 1000? I don't know. I mean, the eventual fate is they broke up. The lead singer, this had already happened by the time that episode came out, but he kind of went solo, producing his own music. I don't actually know what happened to him after that. I've completely lost touch, but maybe I should look into it. Oh, SBF 1000? I don't know. I mean, the eventual fate is they broke up. Oh yeah, I'm not going to go all nightering again. I'm not completely crazy. I'm only 46% crazy. I should watch where I get this stuff. These are white chairs, fool. Oh yeah, I'm not going to go all nighter. I'm not completely crazy. All right. All right. All right. Later, Jess gonna 6714. In Spain, it's 2:39 a.m. Come on, you can make it to 3. That's only 21 minutes. Piff is also a U.S. senator. All right. Oh, the camera fell over? Are we not looking at the right thing again? I've been looking at these reference things so long. Haven't even looked. Haven't even looked. Is the stream frozen for you guys? It is actually frozen for me right now. I guess you'd let me know if it was. Okay, it's moving again. Thank goodness. Wait, what the heck is going on? That was strange. It's very strange. All right, all right. All right. This guy with his hair. Mask. It doesn't do that. Where do I get these ideas? Where do I get these ideas? All right, see ya, Pie Guy. These guys kind of have a Masters of the Universe vibe that I'm digging. I don't know how I feel about the movie. I feel like it's just, it's probably a different thing than I remember growing up with, as most of these things end up being. These guys kind of have a Masters of the Universe vibe that I'm digging. I don't know how I feel. They do. They every time I go over them, they do grow a little bit. As most of these things end up being. Okay. And she's got a skirt. And of course the tail. I did not know that those guys worked on Dora the Explorer. That's funny. Jim Schumann was actually my mentor or representative during my internship at Film Roman when I very first moved to Los Angeles. And he went on to direct a few billion Mandy boards. Well, and he did a lot of other stuff too, I'm sure. unsure of it. All right, there's the guy I'm looking for. General Scar is, well, he's not the only character, but he's the only character who moved from Evil Concarne to Billy and Mandy and had a significant role. General Scar is, well, he's not the only character, but he's the only character who moved from Evil Concarne to Billy and Mandy and had a significant role. All right, these guys are sitting in a fancy. I don't know if I really bought myself all that much more space, but I think we're in a good spot. These guys are in a fancy alien garden. So I was going to put a pillar in at one point to denote fanciness. These guys are sitting in a fancy. I don't know if I really bought myself all that much more space, but I think we're in a good spot. These guys are in a fancy alien garden. Yeah, maybe he's just sitting on the base of the pillar. It's a good use of a decorative element. Yeah, maybe he's just sitting on the base of the pillar. It's a good use of a decorative element. Well, I don't know if I can still do the Jeff the Spider voice. You'd have to ask Jeff the Spider. All right, we gotta get more gardeny things in here. Alien gardeny things. I don't know if I can still do the Jeff the Spider voice. You'd have to ask Jeff the Spider. All right, we gotta Needs more alien. Pinky's out. This guy probably has the most human hands of the bunch. Probably has the most human hands of the bunch. All right, it is the time I was originally going to stop, but I'm not going to stop quite yet. But I am going to tiptoe away for a moment and use the restroom. I shall return. I shall. Should probably take this microphone off, though. Don't want a Naked Gun situation. But I am going to tiptoe away for a moment and use the restroom. I shall return. I shall. Probably take this microphone off, though. Don't want a Naked Gun situation. All right, we're going into overtime. How are we doing on dystopian synthwave playlist? Doing okay. All right, we're going into overtime. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of the plants from the movie The Dark Crystal. They built like a whole alien jungle for that movie. My parents actually bought an art book from that movie, which is worth a lot of money, and they gave it to me. And I eventually lent it to my friend and Billy and Maddie background artist Bill Flores, and he ruined it. Thanks a lot, Bill. I interview him for Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry, so that one will be coming up soon. Okay. Let's get a little more specific. Oh yeah, cat dinner time. What's happening? Oh yeah, cat dinner time. What's happening? All right, I think I'm finally getting to the point where I can kind of cartoon these guys a bit. Like they have so many unique features, and I'm like, that's an important feature. But now I feel like I can be a little more selective and kind of get everything in there, hopefully at the same time. I think I'm finally getting to the point where I can kind of cartoon these guys a bit. Like they have so many unique features, and that's an important feature. But now I feel like I can be a little more selective and kind of get everything in there, hopefully at the same time. Oops. Dexter's Lab did have some messed up endings. I think one of my favorite early Hanna-Barbera experiences was going to the pitch for the board where your Dexter is too short to go on the roller coaster, and he keeps, doing all these Dexter things to make himself taller so he can actually ride it. And then he actually does make himself tall, and the end of the episode is just he goes up the track of the roller coaster and then down the hill and immediately smashes his head into something, and there's just a bright flash and it's over. And he keeps, doing all these Dexter things to make himself taller so he can actually ride it. And then he actually does make himself tall, and the end of the episode is just he goes up the track of the roller coaster and then down the hill and immediately smashes his head into something. Just a bright flash and it's over. Forget these. Yeah, I do want to get all the voice actors on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry eventually. It would be great to actually see them in person. Last year, I went to a lot of Comic Cons with everybody, but this year the con scene has been slow, as is everything, I guess. Yeah, I do want to get all the voice actors on Billy and Mandy versus the entertainment industry eventually. It would be great to actually see them in person. Last year, I went to a lot of Comic Cons with everybody, but this year the con scene has been slow, as is everything, I guess. Ants. What you gonna do? They're everywhere. I think I was saying way earlier in the stream, ants here in Costa Rica are my arch nemesis. When I first got here, there were a bunch of leafcutter ants. They were everywhere. They are everywhere, all the time. But I thought they were so cool because, you know, they're the ones that bite off pieces of leaf and just carry it around. Looks real neat. But, you know, it turns out they can strip a fruit tree in like 6 hours or something. So, yeah, I'm always fighting with those guys. Frickin' ants. Looks real neat. But you know, it turns out they can strip a fruit tree in like 6 hours or something. So yeah, I'm always fighting with those guys. Frickin' ants. Got to get a bucket for my pencil shavings or something. Maybe just a cup. She's got shoulder spikes as well. All right, this guy I haven't dealt with too much on the detailed level yet. Do these guys have belly buttons? I don't think they do. I do think these guys will be fun to color. I do think these guys will be fun to color. There are all sorts of small bugs landing on my paper from time to time. Where do they come from? There are all sorts of small bugs landing on my paper from time to time. Where do they come from? All right. What time is it? 7:24. Is everybody still there? Everybody? Anybody? Um, what do you guys think about doing a separate session for color? Does that sound cool? All right. What time is it? 7:24. Is everybody still there? Everybody? Anybody? Um, what do you guys think about awesome. Doing a separate session for color? Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to wrap this up. I'm honestly probably going to go over this maybe one more time before the next session, even just to make sure it's all tight and the lines are in the right places. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to wrap this up. Yeah, here's where we left the other two. So we got this one, and then we've got Lavender leaning on Mandy. And of course, we've got Kelsey's Curline, Mandy's true form, the real Mandy, burying Grim in a pile of bones. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I don't know exactly when the next stream is going to be. There's going to be another stream like this next Thursday. That's supposed to be some digital commissions that I got. So sometime between now and then. So, you know, watch this channel and all. Again, thanks for coming by. Why not subscribe while you're here? Just for funsies. Yeah, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that business. I love you all. Why won't you love me? All right, see you later. Now I'm gonna just stare off into space while I actually shut this stream down. Looking like a fool. All right. Bye.